Okay, welcome back. Now we got the head shaped up pretty good. A little bit here and there that needs to come off yet, but that's roughly what it looks like. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and start with the tail. Now what I did was all I did was chop this off at an angle until we met that center line. So that center line should be over a little bit further, go over this way. Okay, so we're just going to chop that out to that center line. Just round it off. Same thing over here. Alright, just like that. Now, as you can see, the front has to be a little smaller than your tail. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use a different knife here. I'm going to use a stop cut and just kind of round that off, just like so. Okay, on both sides. Let me start rounding off the body so we can get a good idea how far we can go with rounding it off. Now, you'll need a wood burner for this project. If you don't have one, Detail Master can be bought at any good, reputable carving supply house. There's a couple of them on the market. I use a Detail Master, and I still have the same one I owned from the very first day I bought one. So I only went through two. The one with a pyro tool, I think it was called, many years ago, and that kind of faded out on me. So that's what we want to do. We just want to round it up a little bit. Really, this is not over far enough for me, so I'm going to just round that to that tail a little bit more. What I do on this side, you're going to do on the other side offline. Okay, so we have a project homework for you folks, kinda. Alright, so that's how we want that to look, a little more rounded from the top. See how it's going in a little bit? So that's exactly what we want. So we're going to just keep rounding this off so you can see what it looks like. And then when you're done doing both sides, let me start with this. I'll just quickly, I won't do the whole rounding. Part of the body's already rounded, but we're going to go in a little ways here. And now you're going to put your stop cut in, okay? And kind of round it to that center line. Those lines are great. It keeps your project even, and it's a nice way to know where you're at with and just looking at it. All right, so roughly that's as far as we want to go with that. Let's another. When you're done, you're just going to sand this. Okay, you're not going to do anything but sand this very, very, very fine if you can. Okay, you can trim it off with a knife if you like, but it's very difficult. I would recommend, especially if you're not a seasoned carver, to sand it. You might need a couple of different grades of sand. Alright, sandpaper to do that, but I need you to have that pretty smooth by the time we're done here. I was going to let you do this offline, but I really have to do this in front of you so I can show you. Alright, so now we're going to round the tail a little bit more to that center line, okay? Just like so. Alright. A little bit off of this side. I'm just eyeballing it and see if it's where I want it to be. So what you're going to do with the tail, after you round off your sides, you're going to just round this off. Be very careful, because remember, the grain is running this way. Alright? So you're going to be very careful when you trim that off. So get a nice sharp knife, because you're going to go against the grain. Alright, just like so. You really don't need to make it super thin, you just want to taper it off at the ends here. And when you carve at the end, carve from the outside in. See, not this way. okay, because you can chip it out. You want to go this way, towards the back, just like so. Okay? See? See how we did that? Because if you go the opposite way, you have more of a chance doing it this way of chipping something out. So you want to keep it this way. Alright. When we're done with rounding it off, and I'm going to do one more little series, I think, on finishing the shape of this, I'm going to have you go ahead and you're going to sand it to death, kind of, and after you sand it, we're going to put the eyeballs in, and I have to find out, I think there are 4. I have to look at it and remember what I used in there for the eyeballs. Okay, we're going to just go. We got a little time here on the video. I'm just going to show you what it should look like when it's done. Remember, you're going from the, you're pulling it from the back over, okay, just like so. You're doing a paring knife cut. You can use your thumb and control it this way too. See how much control you have over that knife when you do it this way? It really makes a world of difference how you hold that knife. And don't forget to put your glove on. I know I don't have one on, folks. I've been hammered a couple of times with that, but I just choose not to wear one. It's easier for me to teach without one. And really, I'm not accustomed to it. Now, 28 years ago, if they had it, I would put one on, but for you new beginners, please put one on. It's no fun cutting yourself. Believe me, been there, done that, know all about it. More than once. Thank God I never needed stitches. I was lucky, very lucky. Okay, see how we're rounding this off? I'm going to keep working on this just a little bit more, and then we'll be back.